Hey, thanks for stopping by. I don't know about you, but more often than I care to admit, I sleepwalk through life, not paying attention and missing something important that pops up in my world. Are there times you do the same? When something within you, or maybe something outside of you, is calling you to pay attention or to move in a new direction or something like that, and you just miss it? Maybe because you're busy or you're hesitant to heed a new call, something like that. Well, right now, I want to introduce you to a theoretical concept, and then in a minute, I'll come back and discuss 4 simple steps you can take that'll help you at least partially avoid sleepwalking so that you can watch for the important moments that your life is calling you to pay attention to. The concept comes from the Greek terms for time. They used 2 different words in ancient Greece, kairos and chronos. Ancient mythological and biblical authors used this vocabulary all the time. And so it's chronos and kairos. Chronos time emphasized the mundane, everyday world that we live sequentially, simply dealing with our duties and responsibilities as we go through each day's business. So the mythic images for chronos are the clock, the calendar, the scale, the to-do list, all embodying the expectations of the structured and measurable world. Kairos, on the other hand, is less about minutes and more about moments, the ones when chronos time gets interrupted by something significant, maybe something transcendent. Instead of the clock time of chronos, kairotic moments take place when a person feels a call or an urge, or understands a novel truth, or makes a weighty decision, or experiences a transformative event, stuff like that. Okay, now go back to your high school geometry and imagine an x and a y axis. I promise I won't get too mathematical here, but it's a really helpful image. The x-axis represents chronos and our daily interaction with our world. This horizontal line is like our surface level existence. It's where we sleep and eat and read books and watch videos. We listen to Prince, we talk with friends, etc. This is the x-axis, and it is where we can think of it as the logos axis. Okay, the y-axis, in contrast, is vertical, and it is completely different. If the x-axis is our everyday conventional world that we've always known, well, the kairotic experience is when the x-axis intersects it and moves us either higher or deeper, or both at various times. Okay, so let me say it differently. The vertical breaks in and dares us to enter a realm, even if only momentarily, in which we comprehend that there's more than just the surface level world we inhabit. The kairos asks us to see things anew, to question what's come before. It introduces new realities and thus allows us to go higher into spirit and deeper into soul than we'd otherwise go. Now, that intersection of the x and y axes is the moment we want to pay attention to. This is what this is what I sleepwalk through more than I would like. If we want to experience meaning and significance, we want to watch for that moment. It's the part of the story where Eve bites the apple. It's where Plato's freed cave dweller walks into the sunlight. It's where Neo chooses the red pill over the blue. When kairos enters the clock time of the chronos, that's when something important, something special is taking place. And we do ourselves a favor if we take note and then follow accordingly. Okay, so just so I'm clear, we need more than just the everyday, but the x-axis is important also. The horizontal is where we live our lives. You can't do anything otherwise. It's just that it's not enough. It leaves us hungry. It leaves us on the surface. We need more than logos. We need the mythos that kairos brings. We need myth. We need story. We need something that takes us higher and deeper. So that's why we don't want to miss it when kairos appears, why we don't want to sleepwalk through the moments when it's trying to show us something new or important. Okay, in my last minute or so, let's get really practical. Here are 4 steps you can take to welcome kairos into your life and be more aware when it arrives. Number 1, reframe interruption as invitation. Chronos hates it when there's an interruption. It gets you off schedule. It's inefficient. It's inconvenient. It's disruptive. Kairos, on the other hand, treats interruption as meaningful. So an illness or a loss, grief is full of kairos. Falling in love, a moment of sudden clarity, a door opening that you didn't plan to walk through, all of these are interruptions. Well, they're full of meaning. So watch for those. Reframe interruption as invitation. Number 2, pay attention to moments that feel heavier than others. Kairos often announces itself through weight. Certain moments carry more gravity than their surface circumstances would suggest. If there's this sentence that you hear and it lands and you just can't let go of it, it keeps running through your mind, or there's a decision that you know it feels charged with energy, or a question keeps coming up, those are heavy moments. Pay attention, kairos might be in the building. Number 3, listen for repetition rather than urgency. Well, it may be urgent also, actually, but kairos often is not frantic. In fact, it usually doesn't shout. More often, it just repeats. The same thought comes back. The same longing resurfaces. I kind of want to do that. I don't know. The same dissatisfaction with something in your regular everyday world nudges you again and again. So number 3, watch for that repetition. And finally, number 4, respond with a small act of courage. You don't have to overhaul your total life. One of the reasons we miss kairos is that we assume it demands everything all at once. We got to quit the job. We got to change everything. We got to burn it down. That's usually not the case. Often, kairos asks for something much smaller and something that still requires courage. Maybe it's just a conversation. Maybe it's just setting a boundary, taking a first step, a refusal to keep pretending you don't feel what you feel. You don't have to solve your whole life to respond to a kairotic moment. You just have to answer it honestly. Maybe give that a shot this week. Watch for any hint of kairos as you go through your days. Thanks, y'all.